Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Believe it or not, there's a lot of extremist rhetoric over on the internet. Seems to be the place at the moment where a lot of people say some really crazy and daft things, and the mainstream media does the exact same thing and they get away with it somehow because they're the mainstream media and they're controlled by the radical left. And if you are on the right and you say something that's really extreme and the left catch wind of it, they're going to run with that and say that it's all the fault of these fascist right people and everything else, even though the left are actually the fascists. Because if you look at what fascism is and what it does to a society, everything that the Democrats and the far left people are actually putting out there into the world and their policies and whatnot, it actually is very much in line with fascism and the destruction of society. But they think that it's going to help society at large, but really all it helps is their own delusional reality, believe it or not. So subreddits everywhere are all on the wonderful platform of Reddit, which I have not been on and don't particularly want to go on because it looks like I would just go down on this massive massive rabbit hole, and I probably won't come out feeling very sane at the end of it. But nevertheless, people do it for me and they post it so then I can read the secondhand stuff that they've posted and I get to make some pretty cool content from it, and I get to laugh at a lot of it too. So it just saves me a great deal of time going on these long, extensive rabbit trails when I don't really need to. So Hazel Appleyard yet again posted this today in light of the wonderful news that Joe Biden has decided to drop out, and the internet is ablaze at the moment because of it. And you have a lot of people in the extreme left community that were hoping that Joe Biden would get in again because they don't want Trump getting in, because they think that Trump is a dictator, Trump is the next Hitler, which is dangerous extremist rhetoric. It's not true at all, but they have convinced themselves that it really is. And get this, whoever started the lie that Trump is going to start putting trans people in these camps really needs to not only get offline, but they need some significant mental health help. I'm just saying, okay? So Hazel wants to know who started this lie that Trump is going to put trans people in camps. Why do they all believe it? Because they're already believing in one lie. So, of course, another lie that is harping on the original lie, which means that, you know, I am identifying as being something that I'm not, and this apparent human that doesn't agree with my ideology, doesn't agree with the lie that I am choosing to believe in, he's going to be the death of all of that. He is going to destroy my life. He's not. He's going to let you live your life, and I don't think he actually knows that you exist in the first place. There's millions and millions of people in America. The very fact that you think that he is focused solely on you is not only narcissistic, it's downright stupid and dangerous, if you ask me. But nevertheless, that's one of the original lies, is focus on me. I am the be-all and end-all, and my life is going to be significantly over if this man with the perfect comb-over hair is going to get into the White House. Because the first thing he's going to do when he gets in there is he's going to build these camps, and he's going to find me. He's going to know that I am identifying as something that I'm not. He's not going to like me, so he's going to put me in a camp somewhere. Are you freaking kidding me, man? That just sounds ridiculous and stupid, if you ask me. We don't live in the times of you know who anymore. We don't live in World War II anymore. Although a lot of people have these extremist views, which, interestingly enough, are on the left, the far left nowadays. And for some reason, they're the ones that are trying to prevent a healthy, functioning society from going forward. They think that if Trump gets into the White House, the whole world's going to lose it. Mate, he was in the White House for 4 years, or did you forget that? And the world didn't turn to crap. The world turned to crap the moment Biden got in. I'll have you know, like the terrible withdrawal from Afghanistan, you had 2 wars start and break out while Joe Biden was in office. What happened with Trump? He created the Abraham Accords. He created a great economy. Have you forgotten that? And so much more. You're delusional, mate. You're delusional. Like, you need significant help. But that is the problem with this major lie that is staring them all at the face, but they've chosen to latch it on to their identity. The lie of you can be whatever the hell you want to be, my friend, and no one can tell you otherwise. Right. So this person is cutting ties with this person's parents over their indifference to fascism. Dear, oh dear. I never imagined I'd be here. Neither did I. But yeah, here I am. I'm having to read your words. But I decided to cut off contact with my boomer parents. Oh, dear me. They couldn't bring themselves to vote for Biden, claiming he's too old. Meanwhile, Trump is actively pushing fascism, threatening our democracy and turning a blind eye. Mate, I think you need to look up what fascism really is and what fascism has done to several countries before. I think you need to look up Germany back in, when did it start? 1938, I think it was, 1937 onwards. I think you need to look at that side of history and what fascism did to that side of history. I think you need to compare it to what Donald Trump is saying. Oh, okay. You will find very quickly that what Donald Trump is saying ain't fascist in any kind of nature. In fact, it's quite democratic. Anyway, their refusal to vote for Biden isn't just a political disagreement. It's a tactic endorsement of a man who's inching us towards authoritarianism. Mate, I don't think you've noticed, but we were inching there ever so closely every day because of Biden. All Biden was doing. By not voting for Biden, they're effectively giving power to a second you know who. No, they're not. Stop with the extremist rhetoric, and that's thanks to the mainstream media. They're very great at this. It's no wonder why you had this lunatic 20-year-old that decided to take a pot shot at Trump. And thank God he missed. This isn't about politics anymore. Well, I somewhat agree with you on that. It's more about hatred towards the individual. It's about morality and the future of our country. I actually agree with that. And so that's why I would vote for Trump. I know a lot of people are going, well, why in the world have we got the choice between Trump and no longer Biden, but somebody else? And is that the best we've got? Unfortunately, my fellow friends that are Americans, yes, it looks like that. Sorry. And here in Australia, we've got our own politicians. We've got it's just ridiculous. But anyway, as a trans person, I'm terrified that under Trump's rule, I could end up in a concentration camp. So you really think that Trump is actually going to build concentration camps, find you once again, and stick you in a concentration camp amongst all the other so-called trans people, including your so-called wonderful trans kids that you seem to claim that there are such a thing. So you think Trump is going to do that, do you? Wow. You are not only delusional, I'm sorry, mate, but yeah, I can't even say it anymore. It's a waste of space and breath. I'm furious and heartbroken that they can't see what's at stake. Well, maybe they can, but you can't. Have you ever thought of that? Or are you blind to the actual truth? Has anyone else dealt with family members who are this blind to the dangers we're facing? How do you cope? Quite easily, actually. I cope quite well when I'm living in a reality that has truth at the very forefront of it. But I can see why you would feel disorientated because of the lie that you are so ever worryingly listening to on a day by day basis. But anyway, I really do feel for these sorts of people. Hopefully one day they wake up and realize, hey, it ain't good, man. It ain't good at all. So anyway, you guys take care. You be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.